for some nerd power. It's the Falcon Paladin Hour, a podcast by Falcon Paladin and Somicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello, Falcon Paladin. Happy podcast day.
Thank you, Sir Somicron.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. Just finished up some more Expedition 33.
Oh, good. How'd it go?
Well, I'm now level 90 after wandering around the continent and killing a lot of bosses, so that's nice.
Yeah, did you fight Clea?
No.
Okay.
I was there, and I found where she was, but then, like, I guess just the mobs around them are just, like, bosses from everywhere in the game, and I was just, like...
Not doing this.
With a lot more HP, and I was like, not yet.
Okay. Did you eat Sprong?
That's the one, yes.
Oh,
so I
good.
did go attempt Sprung again.
You attempted. That's not a...
Sorry, no, and then I beat him.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
so you've got one
yeah.
of the most overpowered Pictos in the game, Cheetah, letting you just
Correct.
double the amount of turns you get every round.
Right. Yep, picked up Cheater.
Making everything infinitely more easy.
Yeah, because you just get more turns to do damage, then the fights are shorter and easier. Correct.
What about the flying snake thing?
I didn't go back to that today, no.
Okay.
So here's what happened towards the end of the stream. I got the Cheater Picto, and then I was wandering around and I found a red zone. And first of all, I was like, it'd be nice if they told us there were different gradients of these, like this is super duper hard, or like this is just harder than the base game, because red is red, I guess.
Right, yeah. Well, so once you get strong enough, the red zones that were red zones that aren't really red zones anymore stop being red zones. Like, it goes away.
Oh, they do that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is that just based on level, I guess?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so that helps a lot. Thank you. That's good to know. Yeah, so anyway, I found a red zone, and I go in there, and I'm like, there's no enemies here. There's no, like...
Which one was it?
Lumina lying around. What's going on here? And I go in, and then there's this one painting or mirror, whatever you want to call it, and it's like, you can go in, but only one person can go in. And I was like, oh no.
Right, this one.
One of these. So I send Mael in, and it's just a mime fight. It's a single mime with a bajillion hit points and hits like a truck, but it's just a mime fight. Which I said during the fight, I'm like, the developers of this game, one of their prime considerations is we need our players to know how to fight mimes. Because every mime fight is the same, and they're everywhere. Like, they don't have different attacks. Sometimes they come with ads that are kind of interesting, but the mimes themselves, they build a wall. They do two kinds of attacks. If you can figure them out, you know how to beat a mime.
Right.
And they're like, just in case someone skips most of the mimes, we need everyone to know how to fight a mime. So they're everywhere. So I beat it with Mael, and I get a bald haircut for her from this bald mime. And I'm like, huh. And then Phil comes in, my German tier 3 sub, and goes, hey, if you beat it with Monaco, I want to see if Monaco can be bald. And I'm like, but with Monaco, I already did a solo fight with Monaco, and it was horrendous. And then I tried.
Did you win?
And no. But I learned that Monaco's tier 3 gradient ability fills up the enemy's break bar and breaks it.
Oh, nice.
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it's useful.
So as long as I could fill up the gradient bar and then just go, whoa, bam, broken immediately. And then from there, it wasn't too bad, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played anymore after I realized my mistake about going to New Game Plus being basically pointless.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the hardest boss in the game is a guy called Simon.
Yes, which I know he exists. I just don't have any idea what on earth he has to do with the story or anything. So
I can tell you that because I found him and I can't beat him. But
okay.
So I was like, okay, I kind of blew the biggest place you can do to farm Color of Lumina, and I don't really want to do it the slower way.
How'd you blow it? What do you mean?
So if you go back to Old Lumiere, where
Yeah.
Monoko blew up the rock and you all get split up,
Yeah.
there's actually a new area there. And if you go there, there's a chromatic boss. It's one of those like
Okay.
dances that
Mm-hmm.
it summons mobs, right? Like it summons a little clone or whatever. These
No, you told me about this. Yeah, they just respawn.
they respawn, but for the chromatic boss, the ones that respawn also give Lumina, so you can just sit there and farm.
Yeah.
And so
How's this mess upable? What did you do?
if you kill the boss, that's it. So I farmed out like 400 Color of Lumina, and it's not enough. I need more. I need a
Yeah.
lot. I need a lot more.
Like, I guess. What's your plan here?
My plan was to go New Game Plus and just get a bunch more Color of Lumina. Get my way from
No, but I mean, what's your plan for how much Lumina you need?
Oh, I don't know, at least 1,000 each per person.
Dang. Okay, per person. Got it.
Right. Because, okay, so here's
Yeah.
the thing with the Simon fight. You need to use all of your party members.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
you have to use CL, you have to use Minoko. And so my CL and Minoko have about 70 Lumina points. Not enough.
Right. Right. Not even close.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll go New Game Plus, farm out a bunch more. I'll get a ton just getting to that point in the game, right? I'll get a couple hundred there, easy, just playing the game again. But going New Game Plus, I was immediately rewarded with, hey, that piece of information that you probably should have read, because I also don't read tutorials, is like, hey, when you go New Game Plus, all your enemies are going to get more HP and damage, and it's kind of a moot point, right? It's like, I'm going to get all these new Lumina to equip all these new Pictos and stuff, and then the boss is going to have twice as much HP anyway. It's like...
What New Game Plus is? What did you think New Game Plus was?
Well, New Game Plus to me was like in Ratchet and Clank, where you just get to go back to the start of the game, but you have all the weapons and stuff that you had at the end of the game.
And they don't buff any of the enemies.
No.
Interesting. Okay. Huh.
It's New Game
'Cause,
Plus.
like, I know, but like Witcher 3's got a New Game Plus, and they do that. They scale the enemies to your abilities at the end of the game.
Well, I want New Game Plus to be like when it was when I was 12. Okay.
That's fair.
I
No,
want-
that's fine. So that was your expectation. I get it.
That was my expectation, and I fucked up.
Yeah.
But I have still been paying attention to like the ticky-tucks and strats and
Yeah.
stuff. I posted a video. I don't know if you saw it, but someone's made a invulnerable Versa build.
I watched it, and then I saw how much shooting there is, and I was like, meh.
I'm aware you don't care how much shooting there is, but it exists. I think that's
yeah,
neat.
yeah. It is. And he's like, it'll probably get patched out, but until it does, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just crazy what people come up with. But I mean, there's like a lot of customizability, right? A lot of Pictos with weird stuff going on. I have a question. So one of the Pictos is sneak attack, something like that. What's it called?
sneak attack.
There's this Picto that doesn't explain what it does. I think it literally is just play this immediately, something like that.
Is it like when you revive, you get to play immediately? You get an extra turn straight away?
No, because it doesn't say that.
Okay.
Like every Picto's like, when this happens, do this, or this gives you this. It's very specific, but this one is like missing a condition and just does a thing. List of Pictos.
Weird Picto. Also, I'm just gonna throw out there that I don't recognize what happened in the point of the story where the weird broken jank Picto, the guy scammed us at the very start of the game when you're at like the festival, the farewell party, and you have like these 3 tokens, and it's like, okay, I got a haircut, a key I never used, and a Picto that was jank, and I don't remember. I checked my inventory at the end of the game, being like, oh, is it still there? No, I made it work at some point. I don't remember what it was or what it does.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I can't. I do remember the Picto turning into something that was usable, but I don't remember what Picto it was. Scroll. There's only 300 of these things. It's fine.
Oh, never mind. I use this Picto all the time. It becomes augmented aim, which
which I don't use.
yeah, you don't use. I use it all the time. I just thought I picked it up somewhere. I didn't realize I was handing over a broke jank piece of crap to get it. But hey,
Is this it?
oh,
So there's this one, Revive Paradox.
Revive Paradox, yeah,
And it says play immediately when revived. And I'm like,
yeah.
what does it do?
Okay, so when your character is dead and you revive them, their turn is now. Not it doesn't form into the queue and come after the enemy. It's now.
So if they play a turn and immediately die, they get to play again
No,
immediately.
not if they die. When revived, so they can be dead for 6 months, right? But it doesn't matter how many times the enemy has an attack. When you revive, it doesn't like filter into the
You
queue.
go.
It's at the top.
Yeah.
It's always at the top.
Okay. I think that's what I had a question about. Makes sense. So I guess I just saw play and I was like, play
What?
Play this Picto? What does this Picto do? This
Play a
means
song?
your turn. Play your turn.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
the boss that you can farm Color of Lumina at. You get that for beating it.
Which means I've already killed it, which means I can't farm.
Well, you can do it the
Excellent.
slower way still, which is to fast travel to go to the monolith, fast travel to the second from the top, the one just before you fight Renoir, and then run back and fight the Claire Obscure that has a Claire and Obscure as mobs, and then run back to the flag and rinse and repeat.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can still do it if you need to, but it is slightly slower and a lot slower.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. I think that was it. Oh my gosh. You know how many Pictos there are?
A couple, yeah. Yeah. There's
194. There's an entire spreadsheet for this.
I really
Someone's
wish
keeping
the
track of.
game told you how many you have. Like, you have 12 Pictos out of 194. That way I need to
Yeah.
go looking for them.
Uh-huh.
That would be nice.
There's one that's called Gradient Break that they don't know what it does or
They
any
probably
information about it.
data mined it and were like, it used to be a thing. Gradient Breaker, I see. 50%.
It's at the very bottom. It's 194.
194.
Mm-hmm.
Endless Night Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can get it.
I mean, they know where it is, but how come they don't know the stats for it? That's weird.
Maybe you get
There's
it.
a bunch of them here at the end that they have question marks for.
Yeah. Protecting shots, 20% chance to gain shell on free aim. Maybe someone's just filling this out over time.
They're just not there yet.
They're just not there yet. Speaking, oh man, I made a mistake with my spreadsheet. I have one spreadsheet keeping track of everything that I watch, that I play,
Yeah.
books and games. And I was like, oh, you know what would really make sense? Looking up how many hours I've listened to the Horus Heresy. Because I have a spreadsheet that says how many times I've listened to things. I don't have a duration column on this. Let me add a duration column to this and manually add in the time, like the run times of every movie, TV show, and audiobook I listen to for 700 rows.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Everyone should want to do that.
Nope, not a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But at one point, I will have conclusive proof that the Stormlight Archive is actually more hours of listening than the Horus Heresy, and I'm going to prove it.
Yeah. Again, I'm the only person who's done both of these things, so I think I'm the only person who has a good opinion on this.
I'm gonna cut out the Salamanders books. They don't count. You don't have to read those. Nobody has to read
Right.
them. So,
Right. That's just the stuff that we read, certainly.
I mean, I Tuttle's challenged me to read The Way of Kings, so I'm reading it. I'm listening.
Ah, you're in on it.
I'm giving it a go.
Okay, how far are you into it?
The nice young lady who was with the sailors just confessed to herself that she's gonna steal the noble lady's MacGuffin. She's like trying to apprentice to this.
Is it Shalyn?
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
Names are hard,
Okay.
especially when you're getting to like a new fantasy series.
They are. I know.
She's like this scholar lady who can do magic. And she's like, I want to
Mhm.
apprentice because my dad's dead and our family's running out of money. And
Shalyn.
uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she's like,
Okay. Got it.
I need to apprentice so I can steal your MacGuffin magic thing.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's where I'm at.
Okay.
It's
Fair
like
enough.
2 hours into the book.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Yeah. I mean, you remember Duddle's talking about Kaladin.
Yeah, that's a name I recognize.
Uh-huh. He's amazing character. I just think he's a lot of people's one of their favorite characters, if not their favorite character. So just
at the
I'm
moment,
gonna set some high expectations for Kaladin.
okay. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, all he's done is like he was really good fighter. Like he led men, but he got captured, and then he like I don't want to help people. All the people I help die, as he's like being caught around as a slave, and it's like, let me have a look at the map, slave driver. And he just like confettis it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I get that you hate this guy, but like, he could just like push you off a cliff, you know.
Yeah, maybe Kaladin's okay with that right now.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. But like, it is. I don't know. He's too young, and he's like, this is everything. I've been like this for 8 months. Clearly, this is how everything goes for all time now. He like
Yeah.
doesn't quite have the vision to be like, well, what might happen in another 8? You know. But
Right.
that's fine.
Correct.
That's fine. It's just, I don't know. I'm waiting
Yeah,
for him to be more than just a kid who's really good at fighting and really good at herbs and medicine, and just whiny. Like, just waiting
You'll
for,
get there.
I'm sure I will. Yeah, characters take
All right.
time. Yeah.
It's true. Well, good. Excellent. Excellent. I like how I read the entire Stormlight Archive and would come on the podcast and talk about
Look.
each book as it came out.
No,
and
that's not
then
true.
Duddles
That
one
is-
time is like, "Oh man, I love the Stormlight Archive," and
That-
you're like, "Oh, I'll read Way of Kings, no
That-
problem."
that-
Duddles, best friend of mine.
That is true, but that is not how it happened. That is you talked about Wind and Truth. That is the only Soulmate Archive book you've read. Like it's the only, I'm pretty sure you haven't been like, I just finished this other book because I can't name any other books. And I would assume I would remember. I know you wouldn't, but
Rhythm of War came out in November 2020.
okay. I do.
Oathbringer came out in November 2017.
Okay, I do remember those.
Okay.
No, okay, you might have said these are really good, right?
Okay.
And I said I'll put them on the list, which is true. I've had now.
That sounds about right.
I've now had several people recommend to me the Stormlight Archives,
Okay.
and yeah, just need to get Duddles to do it, I guess.
I guess.
No.
Well,
Look.
it's fine. Look, I don't complain about you not having read the Stormlight Archive, do I?
Look, man, not on my
No.
face.
Nope, not at all. 'Cause
Look,
I understand. You've got a big queue. I get it.
I don't have a big queue, but I just keep adding to it. I did suggest that when we're reading books for the podcast, maybe we read Stormlight Archive. Maybe we go one book my week, one book yours next week, and we do Stormlight Archives. I did suggest that, and you're like, nah, let's just do the Horus Heresy. Let's just do Warhammer. You vetoed out of that. We could have read it a year ago.
I know, but I didn't want to reread. I like reading new stuff. I was interested in the Horus Heresy. I didn't want to reread Way of Kings.
That's fair, but you know.
Okay, no, I get it. You're right. You are correct. You're right about that. Okay.
So instead, you made me reread lots of Horus Heresy.
Yes. Because you never complained about it.
That's true. I like those books.
Yeah. I think everybody wins.
Oh, okay. I got tricked. I got
Okay.
absolutely bamboozled with the new season of anime.
What?
There's a show called Turkey Time to Strike, and it is
Turkey, like the country Turkey,
no, like three
the
strikes in a
animal
row bowling.
turkey.
Like you get three strikes in bowling.
Oh, a bowling turkey.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
I'm like, okay, great. This is gonna be a sweet little cute girls do bowling and discover the power of friendship. It's gonna be very slice of life, very chill. And the first episode is like there's a tournament between high schools, and one girl's doing her best, and the other one gets a split, and she's like, "Oh, I can't, I shouldn't go for both of them. Splits are really hard." And it's like, "Well, yeah, a split is difficult. Just go for one." And she accidentally gutter balls it. It's like, "Ah, oh, no, we lost the tournament." Like it flashes to the end, and she didn't do very well.
Ah,
Yeah, and the other girl who was doing really well is like, "I don't want to be in this club anymore. You guys, what you guys think is fun, I think is lame. I just want to win, right?" And all the other girls are
sure.
like, I'm just here to help out the other girl. She needed club members. I just want to support her. I just want to hang out. Whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I want to win, and we gotta, like, I'm gonna leave the club. I'm like, okay, so this is like teen drama. This is very slice of life. The other girls are like walking home, and they're like, oh, look, there was a bookstore here that I never went into. It got knocked down, and there's like an excavator digging up stuff. And it shows something in like this hole. It like cuts to this like, oh, it's unearthing something. That's weird. We'll come back to that. We need.
No way.
This is seriously. You're gonna get so hooked on this. The girls have
I
like.
kind of love this idea already. Continue.
The girls are like, I gotta go back and talk to her again because in bowling you always get two shots. So I gotta shoot my second shot to get her to stay in the club. Now's the time. If I leave it to
No.
tomorrow, it might be gone like the book club. Not the book club, the bookstore. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of get it. And so she runs back and like, I know where she is. She's at the bowling alley. And she's like, I really want you to stay, blah, blah, blah. Like, we can find a middle ground so we can kick ass and have fun. And she's like, all right, look, I don't think you're being serious right now, but if you can beat me in a game of bowling, I'll stay
Right.
in the club. It's like, okay, great.
Right.
This makes a lot of sense. And so they start
Mm-hmm.
the little bowling competition. The first girl gets 3 strikes in a row, and the other girl gets 2 strikes. She's going for the third, and it's a 9-10 split again.
Not again.
Not again. And the
Okay.
other girl goes, you're just fucking with me. Like, you're messing with me. Like, and storms off. She goes to leave. But it started raining, and, like, she's stopping and looking at, like, the bin, and she's about to throw away good luck charm that the other girl clearly gave her that's got, like, this important message or whatever. And then it cuts back to the excavation site, right? And the rain's pouring in, and the whatever it was is slowly becoming more and more exposed to the elements. And then cuts back to the bowling alley, and the girl's like, I'm gonna try and nail this 7-10 split. I'm gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
If I can get both of these, she'll know I'm not messing with her, and it'll be great. She'll come back, we'll all be great friends. But yes, very slice of life. Going hard first episode. As she is about to throw the ball, cuts back to the excavator. Lightning strikes. Turns out it was an ancient Indian bowling ground or something, because
What?
lightning strikes it. It's a bowling ball, and then the girl at the bowling alley, her bowling ball starts to glow and like drag her into the air, and then the friends grab the legs one by one and form like a big chain, and then they get taken back in time to like the Warring States period. It's a
And it's an isekai.
well, it's just time travel. It's not strictly. I mean,
Ah.
look, it's splitting the hairs. It's splitting hairs. It's mostly. It's like you can look at that if you want. It's a time travel show about bowling. What?
So they're arguing that bowling has existed since the Warring States era in
Well,
Japan.
Warring States, I think, is Chinese. I think it's called the Sengoku era. I'm not particularly savvy on Japanese history, but they like come out of the time slip in a battle. So
Nice.
there's like people getting decapitated and stuff. And then they have their bowling gear. Then they like save a young lord by the power of using their bowling balls to attack bandits. It's strange, man.
This show is losing me. I was so excited, and then it lost me.
Hey, the young lord is like, hey, you guys don't have anywhere to stay, obviously, as traveling performers, I guess, because they're dressed in like traditional clothes, like modern clothes, not traditional clothes. And they're like,
Right.
yeah, okay, we'll come back to your house or whatever. And he's like a young lord, and there, his mother or whatever is playing bowling,
Oh,
but it's
like
like,
they have a bowling alley in their house?
well, they're like using a hallway and some like made pins and like a soft leather ball. You know, it's not like full on bowling, but
Yeah.
and then that's the end of episode 2, and there's nothing more out. Um, it's a time travel show. I got tricked. I wanted slice of
Bowl-
life.
Obviously, you did get tricked. And
I'm so tricked.
tricked you are. Bowling has been traced to articles found in the tomb of an Egyptian child buried in 5200 BC. I had no idea bowling is that old.
Is it
Holy
okay?
smokes.
We're explicitly talking 10-pin bowling, right? Like,
Well,
it-
if it's 5 pins, do you give a fuck? Like,
well, if it's
you're
if
bowling a ball and
if it's
gotta
lawn-
knock
if-
down the pins.
if it's lawn bowling, I give a fuck.
Oh. So if it's a hard surface, that's what we're talking about?
No. Lawn bowls is like an entirely different thing, but it sometimes is just called bowling. That's why I'm wondering what
Oh.
the source that you have is.
It's the Wikipedia
Okay.
here. It's the ancient. There's an ancient history section. There's drawings on a tomb, 3200 BC. Remnants of bowling balls were found among artifacts in ancient Egypt. Balls were made using the husks of grains covered in a material such as leather and bound with string.
I mean, it's very similar. I'm just wondering why this isn't on the 10-pin bowling Wikipedia page. Like, I thought it would. I would just like it redirects, but it doesn't. It redirects from 10-pin, not from bowling. Huh.
Huh.
In 1325, laws were passed in Berlin and Cologne that limits bets placed on lawn bowling to 5 shillings.
People were like going bankrupt betting on lawn bowling.
I guess so. Hey, you can bet on Uno in Vegas now.
I saw that. I've seen a lot of memes about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like me playing for my rent. Reverse, 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 skip, skip, skip.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm trying to find the history of 10-pin bowling, and it's like, it just exists. Here's something in 1810.
Well,
Like, oh, okay.
yeah, I get early history. Kegel
Doesn't use the word. Yeah, it doesn't use the word 10-pin in the early history. In the ancient history, it just calls it bowling. So maybe you're right.
Maybe. But
Anyway,
the
whatever.
diagram is very explicitly got a bunch of pins set up. In ancient history, it's like archaeologists.
Yeah.
But that's 1895. That's not that long ago. I wouldn't. Oh, hold on. No, it was founded in 1895,
No.
but it's from an ancient tomb in Egypt. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call that close enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, here's what I was hoping this anime was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it unearths some, like, ancient evil, and it eats the
Ooh.
girls, and then there's like, some, like, supernatural detective hunting it, and it's like, haha, you thought it was slice of life, but it's about a monster, and I was like, ooh, I like that idea. I don't like the time-traveling bowling idea.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I did skip some stuff, which is like it opens with the main girl who can't make the splits, reading like a letter, and crying, and so obviously they have to try and travel back to like the modern day if that to be a flash forward, right? You know?
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I don't care if they go on a time-traveling adventure, and then they come back home, and they solve that mystery. I don't care.
But isn't time travel the biggest supernatural mystery of them all?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this just my inherent hatred of time travel?
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, that could just be what it is. I'm not being fair here, obviously.
No, obviously.
It's obviously going to have a subjective opinion about this. I'm just saying. It's like, you seen Super 8?
No.
So it's J.J. Abrams' basically ginormous homage to Steven Spielberg's films from the 80s,
Oh, okay, yeah.
where he's like, I'm gonna do a Spielberg movie from 1985. It's a bunch of kids. They're gonna be riding around on their bikes all over the place, right? There's gonna be some
Sure.
supernatural elements. It's gonna be E.T. or it's gonna be whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just basically the same thing. Like there's this company excavating stuff in town, and then there's this alien like eating everyone. And it starts out as just like, hey, these kids are on their bikes and they're enjoying their carefree life. And then by the halfway mark, like two of them are eaten. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah. Super 8 is pretty fun.
I
I'm not saying you need to watch it now, but
uh-huh. But I should watch it
it's
right
good.
now.
Yeah, right now. End the podcast. Watch Super 8 right now. The Microsoft Store is gone. How do you watch things?
That's that is an excellent question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was weird. I finally like caved and was like, all right, YouTube's been showing me 1,000 clips of Ink Master. Let me go and watch Ink Master, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna watch Ink Master. It's gonna be fine, whatever. Not on YouTube. Okay, can't buy it on YouTube, but it's like, hey,
Mhm.
get Paramount Plus.
Ugh.
I'm like,
Ugh.
I don't really want that. Let me try the old trusty Microsoft Store, and it's
Yeah.
just gone.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely none of that happening. I will not be buying anything from Microsoft Store ever again. Neither will anyone else.
That sucks.
It's just gone.
Yeah, you sent that, and I was like, what? It's been an institution for so long.
It's an institution. Yeah. So I'm just I'm so lost right now. I still have my collection of movies and stuff that I already owned, but
Can you download those?
oh yeah, I can still download and stream those.
I mean,
But for how much longer?
yeah, I was gonna say I would consider downloading them like yesterday.
I will consider it.
Okay, good.
Um,
Anyway.
Yeah, so I ended up finding another place to get them, which is the Apple TV subscription service.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you remember this, but I had issues with Apple TV and their
I remember.
shitty website.
You were trying to watch Severance, and it was like the worst experience ever. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this time they were like, "Hey, you know what you should do? You should download the Apple TV app from the Microsoft Store."
Your country. Why is it so weird? Like, why is the Microsoft Store this like hub for all things entertainment in your nation? How did this happen?
It's not. It's just prevalent in my life, and I don't know why. I mean, I was in the Xbox ecosystem for ages, so that's why. But
Oh,
so I was like, okay, sure, I will download this app. Surely it'll work better. And it turns out, yes, it works fine. And only I don't get a free trial, right? Because
Right.
I already had an account. And so,
even if it was a terrible experience, yes.
well, here's the thing: it was great until I finished watching Ted Lasso, and then it turned to shit. Like
Oh,
it worked.
what?
It worked fine for Ted Lasso.
That's crazy. I
It
didn't
is.
know that.
It's super crazy. And so I'm like, okay, $12 1 month. I'll binge as much of the show as I can. I have to pay for the show on top of the Apple Plus subscription.
No, we live in the worst timeline. What?
It wants me
That
to
sucks.
buy the fucking show on top of the subscription.
No. Did you tell them politely but firmly to leave?
I bought season 1 because it was $10, right?
Okay.
Season 2 was 14, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I can see the price going up from here. It's not happening. I'm not interested. So
Yeah, that sucks. Boo. Boo.
boo, boo.
Shuckin' Fitz is here. What's up, Shuckin' Fitz? How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up? First time chat.
Yeah, he's one of my dudes. He's been around for a long time. And then Ultra's here saying Apple TV is available on Amazon Prime. Probably in the US, I assume that's how that's working.
Yeah, distinct probably.
Yeah, I know. And it's so stupid because anymore you're like, where does this stream? And they're like, well, it's on Amazon. If you connect your Paramount TV account, it's like, so it's on Paramount TV. Like, don't tell me it's on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
That's not how this works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
Super annoying.
Super
Really
crazy annoying.
not keen to go through that again. So
No, definitely not. Lame.
yeah. that's been my adventures.
So you talking about that's good adventures. But you talking about Ink Master for some reason reminded me of what's his name? Beard Meets Food.
Oh yeah, the guy who eats food
Yeah.
professionally. Yeah, like for YouTube.
Yeah. And I was like, I think that's the only reality TV that I watch. I watch him eat stuff.
That's fair.
And technically, I think it counts as reality TV because it's reality.
Yeah.
Anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, he went to this pizzeria in North Carolina where they said that it's this big chain of pizzerias around the region, right? And they said that something like 75,000 people had tried to do this challenge and like 7 had done it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I saw. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, immediately pulled back to the video he put out like 2 days ago, where it's like one person has beaten this steak challenge because it's like a big ass steak, but like 6 sides, and it's like share sides as well. So just wild stuff. But anyway, yeah, pizzeria.
That's where they get you. Yeah, that's all. And yeah, he did it, but he's like, man, the pictures made it look like it was kind of like a thin and crispy pizza. He's like, this is dense.
Oh, okay.
It was a 28-inch pizza in 28 minutes, and it's the closest I've come to see him fail. Like he was struggling at the end. It was a ton of pizza. He's like, and technically you just have to eat one 28-inch pizza. You can put whatever you want on it, but to do the challenge, it has to, cheese pizza is like the basic concept. He's like, and why would you make it harder on yourself? Like, why would you add pepperoni to this thing?
Right.
Seems like a dumb idea. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah. So and he did it, and he's like, I was the 8th person, and he got this cool T-shirt that had like a skeleton eating pizza. It was pretty rad, actually.
That's a cool
T-shirt. I might actually wear this one. Yeah. It was great. That's all.
Yeah.
I like him because he's just like, here we are. Here's a little backstory. I'm gonna eat the thing, and then we're out of here. And I'm like, cool.
I'm gonna eat the thing, make everyone laugh by asking for a dessert menu, and then peace out.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I love it. A lot of the times too, he's just in the parking lot, and these dudes are like, Beard Meets Food. Can I get a picture? It's like a random parking lot of freaking North Carolina, and this dude's like, hey man,
I watch your videos. That's
super good. Also, this one had a weird rule where if you were a competitive professional eater, you only got $100 for doing the challenge, but if you were an amateur, you got like $300. And he's like, what? I'm stupid. How do you determine who a professional is? There's not like you can't get licensed to do this. What are you talking about?
So there are definitely like professional eating contests, and like you can look up the winners and just
the winners. Interesting.
Right.
I don't think they care about the winners. I think that is like, if you're a competitive, whatever that means.
I mean, if you eat competitively for fun, that's probably one thing. But if you eat competitively as a full-time job, like that's how you pay the rent, I feel like disclosure is not hard.
Sure, but how do you determine that? Like how?
Well, you pay the rent.
Like as the pizza place, how do you know?
You just ask. You ask them to be honest about the thing that they do with their body.
He said that actually when he called in to ask about it, they like asked for his name because they were like, we just want to make sure like who you are. And he's like, they probably just Google you, and if they can find you at all connected to competitive eating, they're like, no.
Yeah, because he used to do it competitively, but he doesn't anymore, as far as I'm aware. And so if they Googled him and were like, you don't get the 300, you only get 100, which I mean,
totally.
Giving out a cash prize feels excessive, honestly.
It does, but if it's 8 people out of 75,000, I think you're making your money back pretty okay there, right?
You are, but what I'm saying is, watching this guy's videos, most of them seem like you get the meal for free if you can do it in the time limit. I think that's correct. I think that's more than fair. I'm like, holy shit, a free meal, a free huge ass meal.
Yeah, but like, I don't ever feel like he's eating it for the enjoyment of it. At least not by the end.
No,
you know. He's like, oh boy, that meal, I sure enjoyed that experience.
No, of course not.
Anyway, that's that. What else do we got going on? Oh, been watching more Apothecary Diaries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. You want to tell me about it?
To not be too spoiler about a certain thing, they introduce a character and they're like, wow, this guy's an asshole. And then 2 episodes later, they're like, but actually, he's not. Here's why. And I'm like, well, Don't tell me this guy sucks, and then to be like, but no, the truth is he doesn't. Like, what's the point?
Is
Like, why do that?
Isn't that basically like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example, but it's like villains who think they were right. Isn't that the same thing? Like, they suck, but like maybe they don't. Isn't that the same framework?
No, because villains who think they're the heroes, all good villains think they're the heroes, right?
Well, most of them.
That's a different thing. This is not a villain. It's just a regular dude who happens to have this really shitty thing that he did in his past, like character defining terrible, terrible thing. And then 2 episodes later, they're like, "That's not actually how it went down. Let us tell you how it went down." And it's like, "But you already told us it was this way." That's all.
Okay, I'm still getting like Endeavor vibes where My Hero Academia is like, and he was a
No.
terrible dad, and then 3 seasons later,
He
it's
is a
like,
terrible
it's
dad.
like, yeah, but maybe he had a point. Well, not had a point, but maybe he's trying really hard to be better. You know, maybe he doesn't
Yeah,
suck.
that's different. That's different. If they had been like Endeavor beats his wife and kids and abuses them constantly, and then later they're like, actually, that didn't happen at all. He never abused his kids or hurt anyone. He's a nice guy.
Okay.
You're like, what the hell? Like, why did
Okay,
you do
so
that?
so this is not he's an asshole. People think he's an asshole, but
He tells the story in a specific way that makes him seem like an asshole for reasons I cannot understand.
okay.
He does it. It's not
yeah,
like
yeah, okay,
the
yeah,
word
no.
on the street is wrong.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
That's it.
No. Yeah. If it's a character deliberately misleading about his own backstory to seem like he's a piece of shit for no reason,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
you know.
Anyway. Oh, did I just...
What?
Something just made a crazy noise in my headphones. I have no idea what that was.
Weird.
Very weird.
Hmm.
Anywho's, that's it. It's good.
Well, yeah. Okay. A second person has now told me to watch Apothecary Diaries because it's apparently really good. So it's on the list.
It's fun because a big aspect of it is kind of like mystery solving.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like something weird is happening. What is going on? And then a lot of the other parts of the show is this character just like was taught some basic scientific principles by her adopted dad. And so she'll be like, if you use really distilled alcohol, you can clean surfaces and it will get rid of diseases. And everyone's like, wow. Oh. So that's always really fun.
Okay, yeah. There's a show I've seen. God, I can't remember what it is. It's some terrible isekai about this guy who gets summoned as like a fantasy kingdom is like, oh, we're in trouble. We need to summon a hero, right? And they summon this guy who's like training to be a civil servant in Japan, right?
Yeah.
And he comes and they're like, we're just going to sell you to the Empire. That'll pay off some of our debts. And he's like, actually, let me just be king and I'll fix your kingdom from like an economic standpoint. So it's him being like, you know, maybe we should lower taxes and like give people more free time and dealing with emergencies. But one of them is like, he goes into like a plague area and is like, hey, we should probably cover our mouths. You know, it's a little bit beyond that. Like, but he has just enough knowledge for it to be interesting. Same thing really, where it's like, oh, there's a national emergency where there was like a landslip from this mountain or whatever, and like there's a village, and he's like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this, and here's how we can prevent it in the future. Just have people regularly go out and look for these things, you know?
Yeah. Basic stuff that we kind of take for granted, but like people in the past just had no idea about.
Yeah, and that we just like hope people are out there doing, you know? Yep.
Hope. Most of the time they are.
How a realist hero... What's this called? Yeah, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom.
Ah, okay.
It's like, okay. I don't mind it. It is a bit weird where it's like, oh, and by the way, polygamy's expected. You know? Of the king. Yeah. So it's still doing all of its shitty tropes and stuff, but it's, whatever.
Classic isekai. Yeah.
The weird thing is, it's like, oh, it's expected, but then they like drop it for 16 episodes, so you forget, but then it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After you forget about it.
It's another bait and switch. I hate bait and switches.
Apparently. You're doing it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is it Warhammer time?
Well, did we want to talk about EWC?
Sure.
Or
Absolutely.
Did you have
Also
something else?
Superman.
Oh, Superman. Yeah, the more I think about Superman, the less I like it.
Oh, okay. Want to go Superman first or
Sure.
WC first?
Superman, because we're already doing TVs and stuff.
Okay. Superman.
So much of like the
James Gunn Superman.
not Man of Steel, not Christopher.
I think
Reeve.
that's important
Uh-huh.
because it's very much a James Gunn movie. But yes, continue.
Right. It's very much. I'm gonna approach it with like, I know I don't like Sam Raimi's movies. Like, I don't like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man all that much. And so when Doctor Strange was Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange, I was like, okay, this is just Sam Raimi doing Sam Raimi. But like, I still need to like the movie, and I don't.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Because so much of it is about Superman being just like a regular human, right? And like, he's human.
Yeah. The
and he fits-
messaging of the film is very much that Superman is as human as anybody else. He's got the same weaknesses and foibles, and all he does is wake up in the morning and put his pants on one leg at a time, et cetera, et cetera. He's very human. Right. That's the messaging of the film.
Right. But, and the way that they can try to convey that is by having Superman struggle. And he only kind of struggles in 3 times in the movie. One is with his fight against Ultraman, which is basically fighting another Superman. So I don't really think it's fair to say he struggled with that.
It's not fair to say he struck. Why? He did.
Yeah, only because, I don't know,
Only because it's a genetic clone of him.
Right, well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He could have thrown a punch at any time, right? And done just as much damage to it as it was doing it to him. And so he's just, like, doesn't, right? Because Lex Luthor is somehow able to yell out commands to have him do attacks because he knows what Superman's going to do. It's weak. The struggle there is Lex Luthor is just better than him. That's not really Superman struggling, right? The movie's like contriving that Superman's struggling there.
No, but that's the whole Lex Luthor Superman in relationship in a nutshell, is that Lex is supposed to be smarter, and that helps him put on something of a similar playing field to Superman, who's got the physical strength but doesn't necessarily have the smarts.
I get
that's
that.
their whole thing.
I get that.
If you don't like that, that's fine.
I get that, and I just think it's weak that like Lex Luthor has a connection where he can see through his drones, see what Superman is doing. A Superman who can move as fast as the Flash, and is able to yell out some commands, some key phrases that then get relayed back to Ultraman, and he's able to do them. And that's a competent fight. I'm supposed to expect that system to be competent, and I just don't believe it.
You know what? That is fair. I'm with you on that. That aspect of it, where like somehow Superman cannot handle that,
right?
And like is getting beat by that system is like, wow, yeah.
So
with you on that. Okay.
The second time is when he's trying to figure out a way to get the giant lizard monster out of the city without killing it, and that's fair enough. Yes. You can't just pick it up and fly it away. Apparently, it's too heavy.
Yeah,
I will quibble over what is too heavy for Superman and what isn't, right? Like, because you can probably find some other reference where he lifts the entire planet or something.
Okay.
So, okay, great. He's struggling there because he generally wants to keep this thing alive. Great. That's struggle number 1. The only other thing that I really see him struggling with is just journalistic malpractice.
Where he's putting interviews in the paper.
Where he's interviewing himself without...
Between Clark Kent and Superman.
Yeah. And so, given that the role of the media in the movie, what it really comes down to is Clark Kent is a bad journalist.
Yeah. Well, the fight with the engineer, he struggles when she's dumping the, like, nanoparticles in his lungs and he's, like, suffocating.
Yeah, I mean, 2-on-1... with Ultraman, so it's still like to get him in that position. Lex had to do his really bad routine to get him there, and it's like, okay, he could have flown into a volcano if he could see, right? He can fly
Well,
into.
he knew how to fly up, so he could see on some level, right?
Well,
He flies perfectly up into space.
Yeah, again, I think also the engineer shouldn't be able to breathe, and so it should be kind of moot that he needs to crash back into the ground. Uh,
Fair.
like I don't really think. I'm not compelled by the action in that scene, I guess is a fair way to put it.
Me either.
Um, and so all we have at the end is Clark being a bad journalist, which I would write off as like, oh, yeah, well, it's whatever. He's Superman. The movie's called Superman, not Clark Kent. But the movie also takes a lot of big steps to show you just how important the media and the Daily Planet is in this world.
Right.
And
Print media matters, is what this movie is saying.
right.
Correct.
And I don't think James Gunn really thought about all the ways in which that affects the context of the movie. Because it opens with Superman has been around for 3 years, guys. But this is also the first time Superman's engaged in to try to stop a war, which means the world in which they live has had no wars for 3 years.
We've had that.
I'm just saying the world exists in such a state that it is very different to humanity is today and what it means to struggle with like a moral complexity like a war. Clark Kent, we haven't seen struggle with that. He's just like, I went and did a thing and now I have to answer questions and I'm answering those questions for myself in the media. He's just a bad journalist. That's his big struggle. That's what it means to be human in this movie.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much the bad journalism that I think is the major conflict there.
Okay.
That's part of it between Clark and Lois, certainly, but I think she's more concerned that he's flying off independently to decide which side in a war is right and which one is wrong, and unilaterally acting on that belief that he has. And then feeling like he's the ultimate arbitrator of justice, coming home and feeling good about what he did, and not even considering that maybe he was wrong
Right.
in the end.
Right. But you can show that in a lot of other ways, and they just don't. Like, it would be the same thing if what if Clark Kent saw someone being attacked, and he runs over and he punches the attacker and lays them out flat and is like, yes, I did good. And then you realize it was just a person defending themselves from the actual attacker. Like, the real aggressor was... But they don't show that because we're told that Clark's, he didn't have all the information, but he was right to do what he did, right? The other side
he
is
was
showed...
right in the end.
He was right in the end. It justifies him.
Yeah.
So all of his actions,
It
consequences, skew towards him making the right decision the first time round anyway.
Accidentally, yes.
Doesn't matter if it's accidentally or not. The movie frames it as Superman being right.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like it did.
Well, he's right, but again, accidentally right versus right are different things.
Right. What if
All he was doing was saying, I see conflict. I'm deciding who the victims are here, and I am protecting the victims.
Right.
He had no larger conceit of geopolitical influence in the region. He doesn't know any history of what's going on. He does a thing because his impulse is to help the people that need help, and that's as far as his thought process goes. And Lois is trying to help him understand things are more complicated than that, and he is not hearing it.
Yeah, that's true, but I still feel like that's not strictly a human struggle, right? If you're trying to convey that Superman is just as human as everyone else, making the one thing that he is like intervening on and being like, as a human, I gotta do something, is a war where 99% of all the other people cannot just pick up and leave and go and try to fight for the other side because you think that that's right. It's
I don't know that's necessarily part of the...
It's all got to be about it. It's the theme of the movie. It opens pretty much with that.
Yeah, I'd argue just in the sense that he jumps into a situation he doesn't fully understand and thinks he understands it. That's a human thing to the core. We do that. Everyone does that all the time, right?
Absolutely. But like, Superman has to be able to do that because if you sit there and say, well, Superman doesn't know what he's doing, he needs to stop and think, what's going to happen? Like, Superman can't know everything. He's going to find himself in a fight. What do you then do if Superman does fight the wrong person? Like, what if the giant what if the giant monster thing in the city had a genuine right there? It's like, oh, this was its nest primordially, and it reawoken, and it just wants its territory back. Is Superman going to ask Metropolis to up and leave because he has to be on its side, or is he going to make the decision to, I don't know, fight them?
No, I know, and that's an interesting question that other comic book stories have told. In the comics, they've explored this idea. This movie does not want to do that.
Doesn't.
This movie introduces the concept and then doesn't want to explore it at all.
This movie does exactly that, and I don't like the movie. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You're very good. You are playing sounds.
I may have a soundboard.
There you go. Anywho's, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I listened to another take about the movie where somebody said Superman is not in the movie as much as he should be in a Superman movie.
Interesting.
Somebody made that argument, but then they said, what if that's a good thing? Like, what if the end result there is that people leave the movie saying, boy, I want to see more of David Corenswet's Superman. And so that can kind of track into a sequel being more successful than otherwise. And I was like, I guess maybe leaving the audience wanting more of a certain thing is not a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible idea. I don't know.
That's all.
I don't particularly find myself wanting any more of Guy Gardner or Mr. Terrific. I don't really
Hot girl.
Hawkgirl, no. I mean, again, we talked about this a little bit on the stream, but Hawkgirl killing a foreign leader doesn't make the news when Superman's stopping of a war did, you know?
And I said, did anyone see that happen? And you were like, oh, good point.
Well, I said it's theoretically possible that nobody did, but like a flying person busts into the filming studio at the presidential palace filled with guards who sees her take him and then fly him across and drop him is probably not unreasonable. You know?
Yeah. I guess even if they don't see her drop him, they see her take him, and then he's found dead somewhere 10 seconds later, and it's like, okay, we can connect some dots here.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Anywho.
Yeah, again, I just don't know that if the idea is to show Superman less so people want him more, what you have to give people is something that they want. And I don't want any of those other characters either. Guy Gardner is kind of interesting, just because he's a Green Lantern, but he's not necessarily a great human being either. So there's just as much roleplay there.
Is there a Green Lantern who's a great human being?
Ryan Reynolds.
My understanding is that every incarnation of the Green Lantern is kind of a dick. Like, it varies to how far they take it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Maybe. I don't know. I've only seen the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie.
Oh. Well, I haven't seen that. How is he in that?
He's kind of self-obsessed, but at the end he learns to just be, like, selfless and, like, to be a Green Lantern to save people. That's what Green Lanterns do.
Oh, okay. Cool. So he figures it out.
Yeah.
This guy, Nathan Fillion's guy does not.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely don't want a Supergirl movie either. For her cameo.
I don't know.
I mean,
like a drunk off her ass Supergirl who's kind of like a huge mess. That's interesting.
I don't want it, but I will go watch it because it is Millie Alcock who plays a young Rhaena Targaryen in House of the Dragon, and she kills it. So,
which I have not seen, but I'll believe you on that.
Well, you can just believe me. It's good.
I will. That's great. What everybody says, is that she crushes it in House of the Dragon, so they're excited to see what she does here.
Yeah.
I just love a version of Supergirl that just dumps her dog on her cousin for like 4 months, shows up, picks up the dog, and goes, "Thanks for watching my dog, bitch," and then pieces out. That's amazing. Like, give me that Supergirl.
Is it amazing?
Because if she's just a Clark clone, if she's just like, I'm to help people, I'm Supergirl, then it's like, nope, out, boring, disinterested.
Sure.
But if you give me a super person who's kind of screwed up, like, that's way more interesting to me.
Yeah, it has to be more interesting. You have to do something with it.
You have to do more than just that. Yes,
right.
Fine.
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, so she dumped her dog, pissed off, and a black hole nearly ate the planet. What would she have done if she came back and Superman had lost and he ended up in a black hole with the dog?
I don't know. She'd be bummed out about the dog, probably.
Probably.
Maybe about Kal-El. I don't know. She doesn't seem to care about him all that much.
Right. Like, but at the same time, she wears the outfit.
Why? That's true.
Why?
So that audiences know who she is.
That is the answer. Yeah, I get that, but like,
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
And maybe she's not. Maybe in the movie she's not wearing the outfit. I'd be fine with that. Anyway, I'm interested.
yeah. All right, is that it for Superman?
Yes, it is.
Do you want to talk about EWC?
Yes.
Now, I had a great little idea for EWC that none of my friends decided to respond in a group text to, so I don't want to talk about EWC.
You keep saying that.
Look, I said
I don't appreciate being lumped in with your deadbeat friends.
we could do basically the same thing that we were going to do for this other project that I still want to do. That also okay, so this other thing that I want to do might have Pig in it, so that would be really cool. But Pig has been AWOL for a little bit because he just had a son today.
He did.
Who is
I posted it in the StarCraft 2 channel.
Is like 24 weeks early. That is insane.
That's insane. I did not know it was 24 weeks early. What what?
Did you not read the tweet?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I was like, a baby, hooray.
Delivered at just 24
oh my gosh,
weeks.
24 weeks?
Yeah. Insane.
How long did it take to stabilize the baby? Holy crap.
I don't know, but I am rooting for you, Pig, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, it says everything's fine now, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was 6 weeks early, and my mom was like,
you haven't been
this is concerning.
3.5 months early?
No, I've never heard of a... Oh, I mean, I've heard stories, but never anyone in real life that has a baby that early. Holy cow.
Yeah. So, like, on the one hand, I totally get, like, Pig didn't respond to this group text, but I'm like, hey, we could do the same idea that we want to do, but for EWC players. This would probably work better with 4, because then we each get 4 players instead of 3, given that Laughing Games can't make it. Nobody in that group chat was like, that sounds like a cool idea. I'm on board. Breaks my heart.
Okay. I mean, again, you understand how I'm up for anything.
Oh,
right?
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure you know.
But, you know, someone's got to be the person to take the first step, you know? Everyone else too scared to talk to a big famous streamer like me.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, EWC. So, actually, we could still do that idea with just the 2 of us.
Sure could.
You don't care? No enthusiasm?
Trying to find the players. Here they are. I found the group stage.
Playing stage, group stage A, group stage B.
Just seeing who's here. Heroes here. Rogue and Cyril. Maru.
Beyond's
Rainer. Man, this is a pretty killer group.
Hero
Clem.
Classic.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Yeah, this is Murderers Row stuff. Woo.
Lance's here.
Somehow. Good job, Lancer.
He got here because Firefly's a match fixer.
Oh, awesome. Good job, Lancer.
Yeah. Way to be second best.
Awesome.
He could 1v2 the both of us. We're making fun of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, that is a Murderer's Row. I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I don't trust Cure. I know we want a GSL. I don't care. Obviously, Lancer. Obviously, Trigger. I would be shocked off my rocker if Maru won this thing, but he's got it in him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Reno's there. He's got Shin first. I don't know how great Reno's Is he still doing Protoss for ZVZs?
I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't be surprised. That would be neat. Clem's probably gonna go far. Gonna go far, kid.
Yeah, that Raynor. You know how I feel about ZVZ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Shin could win this. Easy. ZVZ is a freaking crapshoot of epic proportions.
But do you think he beats Maru after that?
See, no. Well, yes, possibly.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
His ZVT is really good. And again, if Maru shows up, then he can win the whole thing. But if he doesn't show up, then he'll get knocked out by Trigger. Like, Maru's impossible to predict at this point.
Right. You don't think Trigger can do it as like the NA Hope?
Can win the
That was
win the
loud.
whole thing? That is crazy loud.
That is stupidly loud. What the hell?
I don't know. No, Trigger's not winning the whole thing.
Not the whole thing. His match against Maru.
Oh, yeah. Yes, because again, not because of Trigger, because of Maru.
Fair. Can't argue with that.
Okay. Because there could easily be 2 or 3 games where Trigger's like, I'm coming with an attack, and Maru's like, I'm just not going to prepare for this, and then die, because I don't know what goes on in Maru's head sometimes.
That's fair. Can't argue with that at all. All right. What about Cyril? Do you think Cyril's got an easy-looking group? They call them groups, right? But Cyril won't have to fight anyone above him in the group except for Rogue or Classic to qualify.
Yeah.
So it's really there's 4
Pretty
groups.
scary. Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. 4 separate groups. Split out like this for some reason.
Into 2 groups. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, again, Rogan, Cyril, flipping flip a coin.
Mm-hmm.
And Classic's been playing super well over the last 12 months. He could beat Cyril.
Yeah, Classic I would give it to. Like as doable. I still think Cyril's a favorite. I think the top 3 favorites
Certainly.
are Clem, Cyril, and Hero.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say no.
No.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. I consider Trigger to be the NA Hope, but Australia's here. He's in the play-in stage versus Beyond first.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Leaving Estrella. I like Estrella.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's beating Beyond.
Probably not. I think Beyond.
Lambo and Hero Marine coming out.
Yeah, I mean that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost unfair that they have to fight each other first.
Yeah.
But hey, there's a lower bracket there, so Australia could still qualify out second. I think I think that's probably likely.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
All right, is it time for the Warhammer?
It is.
Cool.
Actually, before we get there, I just want to say I also heard on a podcast there's a new Avatar movie coming.
Avatar James Cameron or Last Airbender?
Avatar, the highest grossing movies in the history of mankind that no one ever talks about and has 0 cultural impact at all. Yeah, those ones.
Which one do I give a fuck about?
Well, not the one that has 0 cultural impact, certainly.
You think Avatar The Last Airbender has 0 cultural impact?
No. I'm talking about the James Cameron stuff.
Right, but you said, I asked which one do I care about, and you said not the one that has 0 impact. Implying that
you don't care about that one.
Implying James Cameron didn't have 0 impact. It's the top grossing movie of all time.
No, that's the weird thing about it. Yes, everybody and their dog in the entire world saw these movies.
Mm-hmm.
And does anybody dress up as anything from Avatar for Halloween?
They did
Do
for
we
a
have
little
people
while.
cosplaying?
We had
Well,
an entire freaking documentary as people believed that Pandora was a real another planet that they could go to, and we're asking travel agents if they could go there. That's a thing.
That's true.
That's a thing that
That's some
happened.
impact.
I've certainly only listened about it on other podcasts, but there were some Navi adult toys produced. That's
That's cultural impact.
that's cultural impact.
Okay,
baby.
fine. It's not zero cultural impact. But it's more that it made so much money at the box office, and yet the impact that exists is so relatively small. It makes no sense. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a new one about fire or something. I saw a poster. I don't care.
Right. So what
I
really
didn't see the second one.
what really annoys me is a couple of years ago, James Cameron was like, Hollywood is just sequels and remakes. No one's doing anything intellectually new. And at that time, he had Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 planned out. And, like, they're on the books. Right? So
Right.
this next one, the third movie, is not the last. Not the last. Also, I would say, just to be annoying, James Cameron re-released Avatar in theaters in China when it got dethroned by Avengers Endgame as the top grossing movie of all time. And it was like, no, we had another release for like a week, and we made the extra $100,000 we needed to beat your record. Sorry. It's like, fuck you, James.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. You can't stake your claim on the hill of everything's remakes and then just continue to do your own thing forever.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yep.
Screw you, James. Right on. All right. Warhammer.
Now is the Warhammer.
For reals this time.
For reals. What did we read, Falcon?
We read a collection of short stories around the end of the Horus Heresy called Era of Ruin.
Even when books have a perfectly appropriate title, you don't remember them. Like,
I do not.
This is
That is
not
correct.
this is not Dan Abnett calling the book about the 20th Legion. This is Era of Ruin, and you still can't get it.
Correct. Accurate statement.
Accurate statement. All right.
Yeah.
So again, this is a anthology. So there was 7 or 8 short stories by various authors.
Various authors of the Horus Heresy fame. Correct.
So the first one, Angels of Another Age by John French.
Right.
What'd you think?
No. I complained about this to you as I was reading it.
You did. So I would
The
say
short story is like, hey, did you know that the Blood Angels, when Sanguinius died, went nuts and started killing everyone? And I was like, yes, I did know. We all knew. And it's like, well, that's the whole story. Bye.
So I will.
Man, what a waste of books.
What I will say
Waste of
is
pages.
absolutely. Dan Abnett killed this in the End of the Death, volumes 1, 2, and 3, right? We did not need this, but boy, is it well written. It is.
It's well written.
It's exceptionally good to read. It might have some service as like a introduction or like a something that you can send to someone who's like, man, I really want to know what it was like to be a Blood Angel at the end of the siege, and you go, but I don't want to read Dan Abnett's
3 books.
Way of Kings, you know?
Yeah. Read this. Fine.
It's great.
Man.
A weird one to open with, in my opinion. Very weird one to open with.
It is. Well, just because you told me about the Era of Ruin concept. They wrote some short stories about the end of the Horus Heresy, and I was like,
that sounds
we
great.
can learn there's all sorts of great stuff I want to know about the end of the Horus Heresy. And then it's like, the Blood Angels went crazy. It's like, all right, man. Really? This is how this starts? I was so mad.
Yeah, because I guess that's my fault, because like in your head it's always better than whatever it is you get, and I'm like, we're gonna get stories wrapping up, we're gonna see Gulliman land on Terra, that's gonna be great, we're gonna see Euphrates Keeler again, and like some like church stuff, that
None of it happened.
None
Not
of it
a single thing.
none of it happened. Spoilers, but none of it freaking happened.
Whose idea was this? Like, let's put out a book to cover some dropped plot threads we didn't cover in the Horus Heresy. Awesome. What's number 1? The Blood Angels went crazy. Perfect. What's next? How about that Katsuhiro guy? Everybody's worried about him. Awesome.
And
What else
legitimately
do we
awesome.
got?
Don't-
It is good, but he's not like number 2 on the list of what people cared about.
That's true, but he's not number 2 in the book either. Like he's
not.
6th, right? And what I will say though,
Fair.
there is a moment where he's lining up to like get his food ration card, and there's like, oh, there's Ultramarines coming. They're in blue and they're stopping, and the scribe's mad that they're late. And I'm like, oh yeah, aren't we all?
You think that was meta?
I think
you
that-
think one of the authors was like, I know you guys are pissed about this, so let me give you a little wink.
I 100% that's got to be what that is. all right. Going through this in order still. Next
all
book
right.
is Fulgurite.
Yeah, I liked this one. Did you like this one?
I think they're all well written and they're all enjoyable. But again, Fulgurite is a character who I forgot was on Terra. I forgot
Fair.
that he existed. I forgot that his little plot to stab Lorga with a piece of fossilized Emperor power was still going on. Because partway through the Siege of Terra, we learned that Lorga is off on some planet being worshipped as a god who because he did a little coup d'etat against Horus and it didn't work and he got exiled. So we know Lorga's not here. We know this guy wants to stab Lorga and Lorga's not here.
Right. Correct.
So what's
But
going on?
he's following the impulses that the Fulgurite is sending him. Like he thinks he's interpreting this as like some homing beacon, right?
Right. It's a manifestation of the
man.
Emperor's will. I'll just follow it. You know?
Yeah.
It's vaguely vibrating in this direction. I'll go that way.
Yeah. It's great. Like he's super convinced that like he's doing the right thing.
He's
gonna avenge all of his brothers, right?
He is a blues brother being like, we're on a mission from God, you know?
He is.
He is Boondock Saints when they're in the church, the prison, and they get like their water dripping on them, and they wake up and their revelation God's telling them, kill the baddies, you know?
There you go.
That's
That
this guy.
That is. God, what's his name?
McDude.
McDude.
Well, that's a very 40k name. 40k story. Who has it? It's not this guy. It would be great if I know the Wikipedias are all like fan user created stuff, but there is no page for the short story yet.
Right. No, it's annoying because the short story spends a long time not telling you his name. It's Narek.
Narek, yeah, there you go.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah,
So what I like about the
buffs.
story is that this guy is convinced that he's following the Emperor's will. He's out here. He's going to take down Lorgar with this magic stone. And then that fucker Erebus shows up. I was like, of course it's this guy.
Right.
Of course this guy has to make a showing here.
We get one last book for the Siege of Terra, for the Horus Heresy, and it's us going, motherfucking Erebus. It's so on point, I can't hate it.
I know, it's perfect. It is so perfect. Because he just shows up, and then he makes you hate him more. And it's like, man, you are so good at this, Erebus. You are the king at making us hate you. Just like, on point. Just perfect. Chef's kiss. So good.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good one. Again, not what I expected to get from this thing.
But
Still
enjoyable.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
The next one is Fragments, All That We Have Left by Nathaniel Abnetti. To make fun of Nathaniel. Yeah, so this is a Sister of Silence book.
Hmm?
It's very meta contextual of being like, people escape into books. Isn't that nice? Dear reader, escaping into this book.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I like it, but again,
Ag-
it's not even a follow up of a character that we get in the Siege of Terror. It's
No.
her apprentice, and it's like, okay, I know why we don't get a follow up with that character, because that character is a smear on Khan's shoulder blade, right? You know,
Right. Right.
but
Yeah, but to be like, here's a new character
mhm.
in this collection of short stories to follow up loose ends. It's like there's no. We didn't know this person existed. There is no loose end here.
Right.
And it's good. Again, it's
It's good.
good. I
It's
like her.
a
It's
phony. She's
well
great.
written. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic short story. It's
Mhm.
really, really well done.
Mhm.
It's and it's just another good glimpse into a specific.
If this had been in one Echoes of Eternity, when Aaron Dembski Bowden is doing that, like, here's a soldier from the Mechanicum, here's a guardsman, and you get like a page and a
Yeah,
half
yeah,
with them,
yeah.
and then they've horribly killed. Uh, this would fit so perfectly in there. Obviously, it's written by a different person, but it's that kind of thing where it's like, we've done this. Get to know a soldier, and then they die.
Right. Right.
And this
That's it.
is
We've done it. This is not a loose end. It's really well written, but it doesn't belong in this book
Yeah.
for what we thought it should be.
Yeah.
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 Yep. That's it.
That's it. What's the next one, Falcon?
I don't know.
Okay,
What order these
it's
stories are in.
Ex Libris by John French.
Okay, doke.
This is the one about
You know how I am with titles.
Azek Araman is stuck in the library as there's a warp implosion from Horus dying.
Right. Right.
Um,
And again, it's like, okay, yes, Azek Araman is this character in the Horus Heresy, but I didn't really care about him that much.
okay, so
And I
he's
don't really care about what happens to him after Horus dies.
so he is not immensely, but he's like one of the named Chaos Space Marines from 40K that they've like
Yeah.
had to include in the Heresy.
Okay.
And he does a lot of really interesting shit. And he gets like name dropped here and there, being like, "Oh, Azek Araman helped me out doing this thing," or I sold my soul to Azek Araman so I can do this thing.
Yeah.
And
And then the heresy is like, here's how he got his start.
right, and I watched a video talking about this book. While incredibly well written, as all of these books are, can't stress that
Yes.
enough. Really enjoyable to read, but does absolutely nothing for his character in 40K.
No.
We see this giant warp implosion from Horus dying, and what Azek does for most of his time in 40K is try to get into a thing called the Black Library, where Games Workshop put themselves in the game, right? It's like, oh, these are books published by Black Library. I guess we'll have a Black Library.
Fancy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like this repository of all this arcane knowledge, and here he is standing in an arcane library. All of the most collected shit that the Emperor's ever had, all in one little thing. And you could have very easily been like, and then all the books flew into a warp portal, and he's searching for them, and that's why he wants to get into the Black Library. Like a tiny little
yeah.
plot hook or something could have gone leagues here, and there's nothing there.
Nothing. The most interesting thing here is just that with the warp implosion, the warp entirely withdraws
Right.
from Terra, and he is so engrossed and absorbed in the warp that when the warp's not there, it's like a fish out of water. Like he
Right.
can't breathe. He's like,
He's so
It's-
codependent on it now.
yeah, like in the book, it's like your brain is being starved of oxygen, like your soul is being starved of the warp. Yeah, and I was like, that's an interesting idea. I liked that, but other than that, it's like, I don't know, whatever, man. Go
Whatever.
Ozek.
Yeah.
You survived. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of thought I saw something coming, which I guess looking at the timeline, it doesn't quite make sense. But there is a book where someone mentions there's this other Thousand Suns sorcerer, right? And he willingly goes to the Imperium being like, "Hey, arrest me. I'll come tell you stuff." right? And so
Yeah.
he's like, someone mentions Azek to him, or part of his story mentions, and he goes, "Oh, Azek thinks he's the only one of the Thousand Sons who are unchanged by the warp, right? But I've seen the sucking void where his face used to be, so I know that's not true." And I'm like, "Oh, is this where Iron Man loses his face in a warp implosion? That would be
Ooh.
cool." But I
No.
think this is all set still before the rubric, and like where he turns all of the Thousand Sons into dust robots.
Right.
So it doesn't quite
Killed
make
so many dust robots before. Uh huh.
You have in Space Marine 2.
Yes.
Electric Boogaloo.
Not super satisfying, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Ex Libris. Next is System Purge by Gav Thorpe.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, I know what this one is.
Yeah. I'm glad we got some Mechanicus representation. That was neat.
Yep.
Reading this, I was like, oh, is this going to be the only White Scars book we get? No. Right?
No, correct.
Because the White Scars appear to show up in the next 3 books. Well, the next 2, this
Yeah.
one being first. And so I thought that was a lot of White Scars representation. More than we get of any other chapter or Legion. A lot of White Scars going around.
True fact.
Not a lot of anything else, which a little bummer.
Yeah. And again, System Purge is another well-written, interesting story that introduces new characters and does something cool that no one had any questions about at the end of the Horus Heresy. Nobody was like, what about the scrap code? What about the Lion Gate?
What about the Obliterator virus?
Yeah.
Which is a 40k thing.
Nobody.
I mean, what I will say is there is a tie in there where it could have been really cool, is that
You keep saying that. It could have been really cool.
it could have been really cool because they briefly mentioned that they need to clear the Lion Gate so that Gulliman can land, right?
Correct. They do say that. Yep.
And it's like,
By this point, I was like, we're not getting there. I knew.
yeah, it's just like it's so close to being what we want, and it's just not. It's really great. It's a really nice, well-written story, but
Yeah.
again, not what we really wanted. And I just realized
That's
that
what this whole thing is.
yeah. We get a reference in one of the other books that's coming to Zephon the Sorrowbringer, the Blood Angel, who had like nerve damage, so all of his augments didn't work, and techno-archaeologist Arkan Lan like fixes him because he's really smart. We don't get like any follow-up on him. He would have been perfect in here. Not here.
Nothing.
Not here.
Who made these decisions? I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know either. Don't know
Yeah.
either. Next is After the Dawn, The Darkness, short story by Guy Haley. This is the Katsuhiro one, which is a genuine short story I wanted. Katsuhiro is one of the best pieces of the Horus Heresy, like the Siege of Terror. He's the human you get to follow right from like, you're a conscript, you're at the very, very front line, to siege over, you did it. You have maybe some faith in the Emperor, and that is clearly waning here now that the Emperor is a corpse, you know?
Right.
And Euphrates Healer has seemingly fucked off somewhere, don't know where. So
Gone. Never to be seen.
yeah. So he's like bereft of like his pillars of faith. It's wavering, and he's just sticking to the duty to look after this kid that Shibin Khan gave him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I gotta work. And then he's like, sweet, I'll get on the bus to go to the job site. And they're like, oh, we're going really far. We're not going back to that old camp. I left my son there. What the fuck? So there are some genuinely really great moments where the scribe is like, look, it's irregular to print a food ration card for a kid. There's no provision for that because we just didn't think there would be any. You know?
Right.
Great little moments.
Great moments. And I mean, along the same lines of that idea, I love that immediately after the heresy's over and Horus is dead, the bureaucracy
Is like, oh, we still have a job.
bam, it's
Yeah.
there. Like it is so entrenched. It is so ready to go.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's honestly impressive how fast they managed to get anything
Right.
done
And like,
after this. Yeah,
there's a two bits of this thing where he goes off to work and he goes, oh, they gave us boots and gloves and they didn't care about seeing if they fit, right? They were just mass produced cheap shit. But before that, when he's getting his cards, so the cards are all really cheap. But it's like, oh, the scribes have books and pens and cogitators, those are still being produced. Stuff that the scribes need to make the bureaucracy work are getting better gear than the tools needed to actually do it. Right?
yeah. Welcome to 40K.
I'm
Like, how
just-
is this a new
I'm not-
idea? This is how this works.
I'm not saying it's new, I'm saying it's good to see it.
It is. It is. It is very good. It's good. Yes, somebody understands the Imperium. Congratulations. You'd think these dudes would. I don't know. Anyway.
And
Yeah, Horus dies, and almost immediately the bureaucracy's like, well, still got a whole bunch of people down there. What can we do with them? Use them to clean everything up. Who gives a shit? Like, these guys are all war veterans, and they've all just survived the most perfect thing anyone's ever survived. Let's have them pull hunks of rock across open fields and put them in a truck for the rest of their lives until they die, basically. Like, awesome.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, super cool.
But at the end, Shibin Khan turns up and Deus Ex Machina is like, I can get you out of your work detail, sure. Oh, you want to take the one-armed lady who's been looking after your kid that I gave to you? Okay. And they fly him back to they go to Japan. They go to Space Japan. It exists.
Probably. We don't see them get there.
No, but
No.
Did
the
they-
end of the story
they-
is, hooray, we're on our flying ship, we're going there. The end.
they live
So-
happily ever after.
It's 40K, Omicron. That never happens. You know that.
Don't take this from me. Do you?
You need your implied happy ending.
I do. I need my implied happy ending. I want my Katsuhiro McDonald's Happy Meal toy. Okay, it's all happy and
Yeah,
sunshine
right.
for him. He raises his son. His son grows up to be the next Lord Commander of the Imperium.
Yep.
I-
Easily.
God, so
Superhero.
there are tons of opportunities for 40K to be like, hey, let's name drop someone in the Horus Heresy who does stuff in 40K. I was waiting for this kid to get his name revealed. No idea. I don't know that.
Right.
It's like, just pick a name. He needs one. You have to call him something, Katsu.
Well, and then the scribe just gives him a name.
Yeah.
Katsuhiro doesn't want to, and the scribe's like, screw you. His name is John now. Like, oh, okay.
His name is After the Dawn or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But in High Gothic. Cool.
And I just want to say, Katsuhiro, like, he's losing his faith in the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, when he escapes from the work camp and gets caught and beat half to death and
The Emperor
is being
protects.
pulled before the authority, and it's the one guy in the entire galaxy
Who knows
who
him?
can save him? Like, the dude! There are one of these people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Shibin Khan is the only person he could have ever been put before who'd be like, hey, Katsuhiro, how's it going? Let me help you out.
Yeah.
That's all. He should have had the biggest faith in the Emperor because that happened.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other space marine, any other authority figure on Terra would have
Really-
killed him.
Yeah.
Probably just hung him for stealing.
Yeah. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects.
Yeah, part of me was like, oh man, that sucks. Katsuhiro's story ends here, trying to steal food and get back to his kid. And then it's like, it's Shibin Khan, and I'm like, what?
You're right. It gets to the point where he's like getting beaten, and they're like, "No, let the commissar decide that." And I'm like, "This is so 40K. Our hero has survived the most apocalyptic war in human history, and is gonna get killed by his own dudes, right?"
Yep.
I'm like, that is so
Yep.
40K. And then no, it's Deus Ex jet bike, and
They use like white scars.
right. Oh.
Yeah. So in that sense, like I love Katsuhiro. Again, fantastic character, incredible stand-in for people in this whole thing. But yeah, it's a fever dream, man. Like he's in a coma. They beat him into a coma, and he's dreaming this happened because it is way too good an ending.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
All right.
The next book is Homebound by Chris Raitt. Chris Raitt, who we just finished reading a Chris Raitt story. This is another somebody who knows the White Scars gets to go home story. 2 in a row.
Yes, it is.
What are the odds?
It turns out make friends with White Scars if you're in the Horus Heresy.
So yeah, that should be pretty. Anyone who knows the White Scars knows they're the nicest legion, the nicest chapter.
Right.
They actually like people. So this makes sense. This checks out.
Yeah, totally.
This is Ilya Ravalian, who has we've seen her before. She's like this old sage lady. She was like, I have an eidetic memory for numbers and figures, and so they made me a general. You know?
Yeah. And she has this like super long career in the Imperial Navy and all this success, and she's at retirement age. And then someone has the idea like, how about you fix the White Scars? They're super nice, but they're crazy incompetent.
Right. Their entire battle doctrine is like, wherever the Khan goes, he's the center, and so getting supplies to them is really tricky when they just don't give a fuck about supplies.
Yeah.
Or like keeping
They
in touch with the
cannot
Imperium.
handle logistics at all. Zero capability. Yeah.
So she goes.
So she's like retired from the Imperial Navy and starts this entire other thing fixing the White Scars. Great idea. Like fantastic story idea. I like Ilya a lot.
She's great.
Yeah.
I really flashbacks to the Siege of Terror where she's like talking to some other like guard commanders, and there's one where she like pulls strings to get deployment records for like her daughter or her sister or something, and it's like she has like a twin of a pistol, but the other one was like serving on a ship with Horus, and it's like, well, I pulled rank to get the records. Your sister stayed true to her loyalties, but got killed by the Sons of Horus. Great character, really great. She has like real human empathy for a 40k character, you know.
Totally. And she develops like an actual relationship with a Primarch.
That's also
Like,
true.
that doesn't happen very often. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Which we get to see here. The Khan wakes up, and is like,
Which, yes, that's in the book.
that's in the book. That's
What
something we
happened
wanted.
with the Karn? We needed that because he's like in a coma at the end of the heresy. Like, what happened with him? And the book's like, let's talk about what happened with him, and then not do anything with it. But at least we talked about what's happened with him.
Right. He is still rough. Like Chris does not give a lot of physical details about to his state, so I'm picturing like a lump of human matter, like, and a head, you know, like.
I think Ilya would be a lot more concerned if that was the case. She's very concerned, right? She to the point that she's like, he is not the Primarch right now, right? He is not the guy, but he could be again someday.
Right.
So something's really bad.
Right.
But I don't think he's a head in a jar.
He's RoboCop.
Yeah. Oh, he fought Mortarion, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so he kills Mortarion, but like takes a ton of damage in the process.
He lets himself get skewered on his scythe so that he can get in and punch Mortarion.
Right.
All right.
Classic White Scars move. Yeah.
Yeah. So he.
Yeah. So okay, so it's poison and it's disease and it's Mortarion bullshit.
Yeah, and it's physical damage. I think.
And physical damage. Yeah. But I mean, Primarchs and Space Marines and physical damage are like we can handle that,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like him not remembering who his like some of his sons are that Ilya is mentioning, and that's what it's the mental state that like she's really concerned about. It's like, oh, he has PTSD. I didn't know Primarchs could get PTSD. You know? Right.
That's fair.
He has Bolter shock.
Well, Well, and the fact that he doesn't see anyone, he asks for Ilya.
Yeah.
Like, no one is in to see him until she sees him, which is nuts.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, they had that relationship, right?
Mm-hmm,
They play chess together and talk about tactics and
Yep. And philosophy.
like I'm sure he felt like he could pretend to be a human around her more than most people. So
For sure, yeah.
yeah.
Legitimately 9 out of 10 for this story for things we wanted
Yeah.
and well written. It's like right up there for what we expected out of this anthology.
It is. I wanted a little more sense of what the hell happened to the Kangen, but
Yeah, that's true. Also, the rest of the story is she goes off to find her home from when she was a child, and
yeah.
she manages to 1v1 a Emperor's child. It's great. No.
She tag teamed in on
she
one
tag-
with the Space Marine.
Right.
Yeah.
But we get a very funny moment where the Space Marine who is her bodyguard is like, well, you did it. You officially killed a legionary. I guess that makes you one of us, like, officially. I'll make sure it's entered under the rolls.
Yeah. As she's like crazy old lady 4 days from dying.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she gets to die peacefully in her sleep. Although the way that he describes her arm is like half hanging out of her bed and on the ground really makes it sound like she tried to get up and be like, I'm having a heart attack, Space Marine, please help.
I guess.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying sometimes I wake up and I've got an arm or leg hanging off the bed. It's not that weird.
How small is your bed?
I sleep on the edge. I don't know.
Oh,
It's a
you
big bed.
leaving all the other space for the cats, right?
Yes, correct.
I can tell when you're lying.
Well, no, because as a short aside, my daughter this morning was like, I let Ollie sleep with me last night, and during the night, sometime I moved my foot and he attacked it. Just like jumped on it and started biting it. So I was like, yeah, that's why the cats don't sleep in my room. And she's like, I get it.
It's cute. It's cute,
Yeah,
but it
3 in
hurts.
the morning. It's the best. Yeah, totally.
3 in the morning. You're not already up? Come on, Falcon. Yeah. Okay. So that's that book. I really hope we get another story. Somebody, Chris Wright maybe, picks up the pieces of what happens after this, because Ilya has like a lot of points being like, look out for Abute. He's going to try to steer the bureaucracy. Like, he's the logistics guy. You guys need logistics, but you need to watch the fuck out for him. He's the one to watch. And I really want to see the Legion try to rebuild itself again. Khan struggling with trying to stick around and impose like a sensible hand on what's left of the command of the Imperium, versus being like, we fulfilled our oaths and these people still think we're barbarians. I'm fucking off back to Shagoras, right? That's
Totally.
there's
Yeah.
going to be such a great book there, I think.
Not this one, though.
Not this one, but maybe the next one.
I know. That'd be so good.
Right? Maybe the next one, Falcon. It's got to be the next one.
I liked Ilya, too, constantly being worried that when she's gone, all the things she taught the White Scar just, like, go out the window.
Right. I like when
Which
she's...
I think is a fair concern, honestly.
Probably. I do like when she's flying off to like her home and she's like, man, this place is going to need some work. Everywhere she's going through, it's going to be someone's job to organize the labor crew. They're not going to do it as well as me, but I'm too old to do it. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Ugh.
Uh,
All right, last book.
Yep.
The Carrion Lord of the Imperium by Aaron Dembski Bowden.
So again, incredibly well written, interesting, good characters. I learned some really cool stuff. Is this what I wanted from this book? No, not at all.
This is what I wanted from this book. There is...
Okay.
It touches on things that I wanted. A Custodes perspective, a Custode that we know, right?
Yeah.
We get some, like, pre-heresy stuff, some pre-Imperium stuff, where the Emperor's, like, making Custodes, and he's about to make the Primarchs, and they're, like, talking to him, and he's, like, wants their opinion, and he's like, I don't think you care what we say here. You're gonna do it anyway, right?
It's a good moment, because he's got his 300 most trusted custodies around, and he's like, what do you think about this plan? And they're all like, no. We think this is a terrible idea. And then Diocletian, the last one, is like, what do you think, Diocletian? And he goes, I think you don't give a shit what we say. You're going to do it anyway. And it's like, good call,
Well,
man. You know the emperor. Well done.
right.
Yeah.
So we get Diocletian, and we get the first time like a Custodes dies, and
Yeah, that's
they're
good.
like, "What should we be doing? What are our rights?" Like, and it's okay. It's great. We get to see the Custodes culture form, but we also see the Emperor step back in that moment and just let them do it how they want to do it. He is willing to let a system evolve without his finger on it.
Yeah. But then the Custodes all interpret this to mean like he doesn't care about us, which is rough.
I don't know if I got that from it.
You didn't? Every conversation they have is like, why is he pulled away? Why isn't he telling us what to do? Like, why? He hasn't said anything.
Isn't there a line that's like, whatever his reasons are, we can't, like, we still have to do it or whatever? Like, and he wants us to do it ourselves, is like...
Well, that's what they interpret. He's never like, I trust you to figure this out. I love you. Make your own decisions. He doesn't say that because he's the emperor. He's not emotionally healthy.
Speaking of the Emperor not being emotionally healthy, we get the scene where Horus blows open the door to the webway, and the Custodes come running, and he's like...
Magnus.
Yeah.
Magnus.
Who did I say? Oh, I said Horus, didn't I?
Horus?
Yeah.
I was like, I missed that story.
Magnus blows open the webway, and
Yeah.
the Emperor, 2 seconds, no hesitation, commands people to fight a never-ending horde of demons. He just screams, into the webway! And knowing that that's, irreparable damage, and, like, the Custodes are like, I've never seen the Emperor have too much emotion, but he looks fucking distraught. Like, he looks...
Yeah.
Like, this looks like it got to him, right?
Yeah, and one of them even recognizes that it's the hope for the future just dying in his eyes. Like, this was the hope that he had for humanity, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean... Yeah, it just touches on different things, like how the Custodes are genetically designed in a different way from the Primarchs, where they pretty much have to obey commands from the Emperor. They're compelled to protect him. They're compelled to do what he says in a way that Space Marines and Primarchs are not, obviously.
So, I mean, that's all very, very apt. There is a scene where he's walking in, like, it's the final thing, and he's going into, like, the throne room where, like, the 300 are, and he briefly mentions that there are other Custodes in their leather pants and capes, and, like, they're stripped down out of their armor and they're just in their leather pants. So I'm gonna show the screen a picture of a Custodes. If you've got the stream up.
I do.
In
good.
In the original Warhammer, like, Rogue Trader, this is what a Custodes looks like. There's an extremely popular fan-made series called What If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, in which they describe the Custodes as looking like these. Leather pants and just buff dudes. That is now canon, because Aaron Dembski-Bowden describes a scene where this Custodes walks into, like, the private most chambers of the Emperor, and this is where the Custodes take off their armor and just wear leather pants.
Okay. Warhammer, you're fun. That's really funny. Like, oh, I'm gonna canonize this whole idea, I suppose. Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
So actually I have a question.
Go for it.
So the Custodes are dudes that were born to human. Some were born to human women back in the days.
All of them are born to human women. But some Custodes are also women. Women can be Custodes.
Yes, and also born to human women.
Yep.
Right.
I'm just saying. You said dude. I think you said men.
Oh, well, I said dudes. Dudes is a gender neutral term. Yeah. Anyway, no. The point is that they, like, Diocletian remembers who he was before he was with the emperor.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's part of what the Emperor calls his High Lords or something, right?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they're very specifically the infants of his biggest enemies on the unification of Terra that he took and turned into custodies, right? So
Well, except for Diocletian. No?
no, he takes them all as kids.
They all are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Space Marines, you need a child. Like 6 or 7 is when you start, and like 13 is when they're
Yeah.
done. Custodies are like you take them as a baby.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the members like Ra and Diocletian of this like High Lords group, this little in jerk that the Emperor has,
Yeah.
he knows his past because of that. Basically, it's like, oh, I'm part of the squad that is specifically taken from the kids of his biggest enemies. That's what he remembers from his past.
I guess he remembers being a dude. He remembers having a different name and standing in a city over a child. Remember?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
He's walking through the palace.
Oh,
there's all these
no,
people-
no. Okay, so I know exactly what you're thinking of. He's
Okay.
past and future meld or whatever, and I remember doing this when a child steps out in front of him and he goes, "Are you the Emperor, sir?"
Yeah.
That
yes. That's
so
it.
that is a scene that happens in the Horus Heresy and the Siege of Terra
Yeah.
with him and Zephon. They're making their way through the palace, and a child asks him, "Then are you the Emperor?"
Are you the emperor?
But he's
Right.
already a Custodes. This is during the siege.
So he remembers when this happened.
During the
Not
siege.
800,000 years ago.
He makes it sound like it's been a couple decades, right? Because he's very annoyed by all of the religious stuff and all of their wailing. He begs for them to shut the hell up.
Right.
But yeah, that he's just remembering a time another child during the siege stepped in front of him and
Okay.
asked him the same thing.
Okay.
Not he was a child or being a regular dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So they are children that are taken from the biggest, most powerful leaders who were opposed to unification, of which there were a few, obviously.
Just that squad.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're genetically manipulated to live forever and have a impulse to defend and honor the emperor for all time.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
But whatever that process is, it's apparently too slow to mass produce them, right? Like, it's too time intensive, it takes too many resources. So you need something simpler, cruder, less efficient, but just as good. Behold the Space Marine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Primarch program in particular.
Yeah. Primarchs and Space Marines. Yeah. Hand in hand.
Yeah. And Thunder Warriors.
Thunder Warriors.
Ah.
Yeah. Don't forget about the Thunder.
Yep.
Man, a Thunder Warriors story would have been really cool in this.
Would have been cool.
It would have been cool. Nobody has the guts, though. That's my headcanon.
We got
some in the
one.
we got some in the Heresy, none in the Siege.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, and especially since the end of that Heresy book, it's like a Thunder Warrior makes off with a bunch of Gene Seed and is going to use it to try and live forever. I feel like him being around would have been neat.
Why? Why is this book?
Why is this book?
Why is this book? Ugh. So then in that final story, before we finish up with it, we do get a scene of Gulliman post-heresy
Just asking for
on
unity.
Terra
Just asking for
being
unity.
like, yeah, like we need to work together on this. Like I've got a plan of how to survive this shit.
Mm-hmm. It's a plan. It's my plan.
It is.
It is, and
It is.
he just wants the Tribune support, and he says Tribune in a funny way, and we get possibly one of the most moving narrations of an audiobook I've ever read, where Diocletian's inner thoughts of all the things he wants to tell Gulliman, all of the ways in which he wants to attack, and knows his squad is like preparing to back him up on already. And how all the ways he could be dead before his blue tin soldiers standing at the edge of the room could even raise their bolters. It is so good.
It is really good.
Oh, Your father loves
Here.
you. Oh, you're gonna read it? God, give us the Falcon Paladin narration of that paragraph, please.
Yeah, let me see if I can grab it here. Cat meowing. Cat, quiet.
Meow. Meow.
Good boys. That was the line.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, man. So he wants to say it, and he knows what he would say. I watched the death of my king's dreams, and then the death of my king. I watched half of your kind rebel against the Empire, as it took us almost 3 centuries to build, and I've watched you turn it to ash. I've watched even the most loyal of you scheme against your brothers, whine about who was favored over whom, and go to war over your arrogances, heedless of consequence, like some moronic pantheon of ancient gods. You and the malformed coven of tainted genetics you call a family have no right to set foot upon this world. And this is the best part. You say you lost a father, but you didn't. You lost the scientist that created you. You lost the visionary that had such high hopes for you, but he was never your father. Your fathers love you dearly, Primarch. Even now, they dance through the warp, laughing at what good boys you've all been. Yeah,
Whew.
he's mad.
He is. Man, ADB, what a guy! Like,
He's good.
That guy can write.
Absolutely.
Whew.
Yeah, and at first reading, I was like, dude, Cushions being really unfair here. Like, what the hell's his problem? But like, he lays it out, and you learn that the Emperor came to him with this plan for the Primarchs, and he's like, this is a bad idea. You're gonna do it anyway. We are fucked. And behold, he was right the whole time.
Right? Yeah.
The Primarchs have destroyed everything. There is no hope for humanity anymore. Every 40k now because the Primarchs exist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not all that fair to lump Guilliman in with Horus exactly,
No.
but they're brothers, right? They're from
Yeah.
the same test tubes.
There is another
And
line.
he represents what he hates. Yeah.
There's another line where it's like Guilliman squatted in his own empire until the 11th hour, and sure, he'll have his reasons. And it's like, those reasons are books. We've read them. Some of them are compelling, right? But it's like
There was the ruin storm. Yeah. But he just can't separate it out.
No.
Everything bad that happened is because the Primarch project happened because the Emperor wouldn't listen to the Custodian.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts.
So
Yeah, and especially from the Custodian's perspective, who can't even really fathom rebelling against the Emperor, right?
Yeah.
For them to look at someone do it, it's like this unfathomable evil that they cannot understand. And that's part of the problem here too.
Yeah.
Is they're so programmed to be loyal to the Emperor that anyone who's not, and anyone who's related to anyone who's not, is this like abject evil.
Right. And like now,
Yeah.
the Primarchs always saw themselves as like princes to the Empire, right?
Yeah.
Because they think they're the Emperor's sons. But we're now at a point where the Emperor can't talk and he can't materially lead the Imperium.
Right.
And so we now have a whole lot of people who aren't the Emperor trying to steer the Imperium one way or the other. Doesn't matter. Not important to the Custodes because it doesn't matter. They're not the Emperor. That's not their job. That's not their responsibility. And they're forced to watch as other people do it. You know?
Yeah. And to go from the guards and the protectors of the Emperor to the guards and the protectors of the corpse god,
Right.
while someone else steers the Imperium. Oh man, it's good. It's good.
It's
Like
good.
this is something that needs to be addressed with the transition from 30K to 40K, and it's really good.
It's so good. Easily, I think the best story here.
Yeah, I think so. Man.
Yeah.
Again, not something I was expecting. Like, if this book had given me 5 stories of stuff I was really curious about, and then this was in there too, I'd be like, awesome.
Right.
Bonus, very cool story. I love this.
Right.
But the fact is the final story, and it's like, oh my gosh, another story of stuff I didn't actually ask for. Huh.
You didn't know you needed this, right? But you're glad you get it.
No.
But you still would rather the book to be the things you know you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, if this was a bonus, it would be an incredible bonus. A
Right.
great bonus.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have anything more to say, I think.
Me neither.
Oh.
Like, next time they do one of these, can we wait and have other people read it and tell us what's going on before we get it?
I mean, I assume someone else had already read it. We could have done that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I don't want to be spoiled, you know.
I know. Yeah. But even just to like temper the expectation, that would have been nice.
So if there's anything in that timeline, I will make sure I'll temper our expectations before we go into it. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Man, I was so excited. And again, I can't be too mad because it's good.
It's so
not
good.
like it's not like it's a hack collection of stories that are bad and like lame. They're all good, so you can't be too upset.
Can't be too upset.
Yeah.
All right, time for the wheel.
Time for the wheel.
Time for the wheel. Okay, so Chaos Space Marines, Soul Hunter. That's the Night Lords. They're the biggest piece of the pie. I'm making them slightly bigger every round.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Now,
you and your Night Lords.
Look, I'm just going to point out.
I know.
It's Aaron Dembski Bowden who just wrote that last short story, who writes them. Trust.
That's fine. Like,
trust the person.
I'm never concerned about the quality of the writing here. Good at writing.
I'm okay. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, come on, Night Lords.
I'm behind. Hold on. It's spinning.
Okay, it's a book I haven't read.
Hey!
Tau, Firecast.
Oh, it's a Tau story. We've never done a Tau story before.
We've never done a Tau story. So that's neat.
Okay, good. Cause like, yeah, I feel like I know kind of what the Tau are, but I don't understand the Tau. So this will be helpful.
Hopefully, I don't again. I haven't read any Tau books, right?
Oh, so you don't understand the Tau either? Perfect.
I mean, I've read enough. Not Gaunt's Ghost. Who's the comic? Caiaphas Kane. He interacts a lot with the Tau, right?
Okay.
And like I've watched enough lore videos to know what the general gist is.
Yeah, right. And I feel like I know what their general gist is, but I still don't feel like I've got a good handle on them.
Right. Here's the thing. I picked this book essentially at random. I don't know if this is the good Tau book, you know.
Good work, Omicron. Just a stand-in is like some Tau story.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Fire Cast?
Cast. I could have sworn the book was called Tau. How did I find it? It had.
It's called Firecast.
Cast, as in like the cast system.
I know.
Okay, I have a minor problem in which I already deleted it from the wheel, and the wheel had its picture, like the book's cover.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
It's right here. Yeah.
Please send it to me.
Okay.
Because I am looking. There's a book called Fire Warrior.
Longest URL of all time.
Ooh. Yep, that's it. Who wrote this? Peter Fehervari? I'm not pronouncing that right.
That's a name.
That's a name. I could buy the paperback for $212. Not doing that.
No. Yeah, my paperback is $55. What the what? For a paperback? What is this?
I assume because it's not in print anymore. And it's like,
guess.
it's someone selling it secondhand on, yeah.
Fair enough. Done.
There it is. When did this book come out? 2024. Okay, this book is not old. Or is that just the audiobook? 2000.
Oh.
Nope, that's not it. The video game came out in 2003, but that's not what I want. Fun fact, there was a Tau video game called Fire Warrior.
Interesting.
Give me
The print date?
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm getting to it. It's fine. It came out in 2013.
Okay.
I was just searching for Firecast in the wiki, in the Lexicanum, and it's like,
Yeah.
you wanted the Firecast, right? I'm like, no, I don't want the cast that, fire. I don't want the Tau cast Fire. I want the book called Fire. This is bad names. Why are so many Black Library authors giving their books bad names? This is the equivalent of them being like Legion for an Astartes book.
Exactly.
But this,
Yep.
arguably way worse. Collected in an anthology.
Oh.
What? Is this a short story? No, it says it's a novel, but it's also collected in an anthology. That's weird.
Huh. Oh no. This review from 2017 says, I think I should start this review by addressing the elephant in the room.
Oh,
Firecast as a book is not centered around the Tau. No matter what the title or blurb may say, I understand this might cause some frustration with some readers, especially Tau fans. But with the Black Library's misleading title and description aside, I beg you to take a look at this book. It's great, but it's not about the Tau.
what?
It's about a commissar.
Oh!
Commissar Holt Iverson.
I've been tricked. I've been bamboozled.
Again. Even bait and switched.
Oh. Fuck yeah. I don't want to read it now.
I already bought it. We're reading it.
I already bought it as well.
Well, you learned your lesson, I assume.
I'm gonna need to find new Tau books to put on that freaking wheel.
Yes, you do. Actual Tau books.
Farsight, Crisis of Faith. Okay, great. I'm getting that. I know it's about Commander Farsight. Is it a good book? Is it the first in the series? Don't know, but I'm putting it on the wheel.
Okay. Oh, man. That's very funny. That is... Oh, wow. Man, we're just... This is a podcast of bait and switching, of not getting what you think it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, that's what it is.
Warhammer twice.
Uh...
Okay, good. Well, this Commissar book about sort of fighting the Tau.
It's probably about fighting the Tau.
It is, actually.
At least
And the review says... It makes sense you hardly see the Tau, because the Tau aren't exactly close combat fighters. And I'm like...
Oh, okay, so... Yeah... I have fought the Tau in tabletop Warhammer, and they have some very long range shooting. They have a lot of shooting. There is a apocryphal piece of Warhammer lore, I don't know how to source it, or I haven't seen it sourced, that the Orcs once invaded a Tau world, and the Tau has so much better shooting, they were able to outshoot the Orcs to the point where the Orcs found it boring and left.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang. You bored the Orcs with war.
Yeah.
That's legendary. That's apocryphal stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay. So when I see people say the Tau are boring, like, there you go. That's a good story.
Well, boring is a matter of perspective, right? Someone who's very interested in the shooting aspects of the Tau, because the Tau were invented relatively recently. They were not around in like first
Yeah.
edition, second or third, I think. I think they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
fifth, maybe. They were essentially implemented to appeal to anime fans. So all of their ships and stuff are like big mech robots, like look like Gundams.
We already have Gundams. What do we need more Gundams?
Well, we need Gundam-looking Gundams.
Oh, well. We have Titans.
Yeah, no, that's
really
like
demanding.
that specific rim. We want something that's
Yes.
like smooth and technologically adept, not so much like cobbled and
Okay.
grimdark.
Yeah. Fine.
So I'll send you an image.
Got it.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. Fair. Voltron level stuff.
Voltron. There you go.
Yeah.
Voltron.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Got it.
Do you want the short backstory on the Tau that I can give you now? Or do you want
Yes.
it? Okay. So the Tau were a primitive race discovered by the Imperium. They had not invented gunpowder. They were that low level tech. So an administratum, I don't know, lackey, marks down that, oh, Xenos planet's good.
Primitive.
Primitive, right? Schedule for exterminatus.
Right.
Priority grade very low. Couple hundred years go by, and they're like, "Oh, there's a good planet there. We'll just need to go up and kill some savages." They get there and they have spaceships. Right? Their technological leap was a blink of the eye.
Perfectly timed as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they didn't have
Okay.
good spaceships, but they had spaceships. And so that is essentially the TLDR. The technology is progressing exceptionally quickly within the Warhammer 40k. They don't really have.
What?
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
They don't really have any connotations of what the warp is yet.
Yeah.
They have tried to do really stupid things like peacefully engage in peace talks with the orcs at times, and they
Right.
found that they did that apparently 3 times before they said, okay, it's official policy not to try.
Yeah, no kidding. It's the orcs, guys.
Yeah. So they are essentially good guys, or at least they want to position themselves as the good guys in the world. They have client races for their expanding
Right.
empire. They humans go and live amongst the Tau. Obviously, that's massively heresy, and they'll be killed as traitors if the Imperium finds out. But they get to go and live in the Empire and work for the greater good. They're only limited to the fire caste. They have 5 castes. Fire, which is their warriors. Water, which I think is like their diplomats. Air caste, which is their pilots. And Earth, which I think is their builders. The 5th one is...
So they're Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, essentially. Except
Okay.
instead of them all getting to know sweet kung fu, none of them do. I think there are some genealogical differences, like some Tau adapted better to high climates and could fly or something, right?
Right.
But the 5th caste showed up at some point, and they're called the Ethereals, and then suddenly everyone started working together. And they stopped infighting, and when the entire species put its collective might together, they were able to progress scientifically very quickly. The Imperium assumes this is mind control because they can't understand the idea of anyone working together.
Not true. What are you talking about? There's plenty of cooperation within the Imperium.
Friendly, willing cooperation
No, not much of that.
for the sake of the greater good, for everyone's benefit, not just...
No, definitely not that.
Right. So
Yeah.
they think it's the mind control. The Ethereals might just be mind controlling everyone.
Yep.
Certainly possible.
Fun.
Yeah.
Certainly.
There's a short story or a book somewhere where some Imperials are fighting some Space Marine, not some Imperials, some Tau are fighting some Space Marines, and they capture a dreadnought like after it's been destroyed, and like, let's pry open our enemy's technology and understand it. And what they find is a half-dead Space Marine strapped into a sarcophagus. You know, that's what a dreadnought is, and they
Right.
like age date it, and it's like, oh, this thing is 3 times older than our entire civilization.
Yes, it is.
And they promptly had an existential nightmare. All
Ah.
right.
Understandable. Yes.
Yeah. That's the Tau. Space communists and anime fans.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we went from like horse is the fastest we can go to like the moon in
Sure.
a couple hundred years.
That,
you know what I mean?
That is true. We did do that. We did not have spaceships where we can like fly around our local solar system.
No.
Yeah.
That's true.
We're still not there yet.
So hold on. So they have spaceships that can fly around their local solar system. The Imperium doesn't go, they're a bit more upstart than we thought. Let's kill them anyway.
I think the resettlement fleets that they had sent were not prepared for that. Like, they had some ships. Like, they had a small ships that like could do combat, and so the Imperium probably backed off again and said, okay, we'll come back to that again later, but this time with an army. But the Imperium, being the Imperium, got sidetracked with more important fights than like resettling 2 or 3 people, or 2 or 3 million people for one planet, right? So they
but one planet that went from gunpowder to solar system traveling in 200 years, you might want to prioritize this one, guys.
Maybe, but do you prioritize that over the Tyranid fleet? Over
Depends on how much you hate Xenos.
Over a Chaos invasion? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and so they come back a couple hundred years later, and they've got faster than light travel, but it doesn't use the warp, and they're now officially they have a small empire of their own, the Tau spheres of expansion.
Dude, they have FTL, and the Imperium's not like, please tell us how you're doing this so we don't have to use the fucking warp.
So
How is that not the first thing they do?
So
we know you're Xenos. We can be cool for like 10 minutes while you tell us how you did this.
because it's tech heresy to do that. It's
No,
because the
idiots.
the Mechanicus get their claws in. Legitimately, I've heard this story where the Mechanicus, what they try to do is they get their hands on some like Tau tech, and they try to appease the machine spirits of all the Tau tech, because they assume the Tau
they do. I know.
are not appeasing their spirits with the right rituals, and try to get their weapons to malfunction by like praying. Like, we're gonna defeat them by appealing that, like, well, the Tau weapons obviously want us to be their masters because we'll light them candles.
Mechanicus could be so stupid. All right.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, there's nobody in the Imperium that's like, look, I know it's heresy. I get that, but have you been through the warp on a ship before? It's not a good time. If we can not do this anymore. Ugh.
But it's tech heresy.
Like, there were people who were around when the Emperor was wanting to use the freaking Eldar webways to free humanity from warp travel.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
So the Emperor was doing it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. I'm just saying, if there's not a story about Gilliman, like, seriously pursuing the idea,
I mean,
there should be one. There should be a story about that.
There should be a story where an Inquisitor does it. I don't think Gilliman should be doing it.
What? But Gilliman isn't steeped in all the heresy God Emperor shit.
Neither
Like,
is...
he's one of the few people who have any power in the entire Imperium that way. Inquisitors are still that way. Well, to varying degrees.
To varying degrees. I feel like if we can get radical Inquisitors who are open to using the warp, I think Xenotech...
They all end up there eventually.
Yeah. I mean, we've read a book. We didn't read it for book club, but it was free on like a Humble Bundle selection of books. Like it was the Dawn of Fire series. You read the first one, I think. And there was an Inquisitor who had a little Xenos companion, right? This little smart-ass sharpshooter lady.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
So there are Inquisitors who are A-okay with Xenotech.
Cool. So I just want a story where one of them's like,
Gotta steal me one of those
ships.
ships.
Get this tech. Can we steal a ship and somehow convince the Imperium to adopt this instead of warp travel, which eats ships all the time? It's really bad.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Okay.
I would love that story, but mass adoption across the Imperium is just not going to happen. It would trigger a civil war if Gulliman was like, hey, we have some Xenotech we want to retrofit all our ships with. The mechanics would be like,
No, he gets it and he goes, I found this in the basement of the palace when I was digging around. The Emperor must have built it.
The Emperor
Look
gave me a dream
how
that led
awesome
me
it
to this
is.
safe depositing box at the base of his chair.
Yes.
Look, he pulls out a quick stamp and goes, ting! Look, it's got Vulcan's hammer sigil in it. He did it.
I'm telling you, this could work. This could totally work.
Oh, I would love that. Oh,
I'll send him an email. Guys, I have this idea.
Guys.
I'm telling you, I should be a political advisor. I have great ideas for this kind of stuff. Oh, because no, you're right. If he was like, "This is Tau technology," civil war immediately.
Right.
Everybody would die. Yeah. All right, time to wrap it up on that note.
Yeah, this might be the longest one we've ever done.
Ooh, could be.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we've passed it yet, have we?
I feel like 2 hours 20 minutes has got to be like right around there.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, fine. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Okay, I'll say the outro a little slower. Thanks, everyone, for being here for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour, stream live at twitch.tv/Somicron. You can also find us on youtube.com/@Somicron. Ooh, if you're a YouTube person, which I am, but I'm everywhere. You can also support the podcast directly by buying merch at falconpaladin.store or by going to patreon.com/Somicron and pledging there, or by, subbing to this twitch.tv channel/Somicron. You can do that too. You can even do a Prime sub if you're an Amazon Prime member. Ask us about that if you have questions.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it. Again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. We're off to read our Tau book that's not actually about the Tau. We'll be back next week to talk about it.
So
Thanks again. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.